This shit is happening all over, and people want to act like we're the problem. Can y'all hear me okay? I moved offices, so moved rooms. I don't know how well it comes in. I gotta get my mic in a better spot. Malarkey. Hi, Malarkey. This is sad. 5 people have been charged with the unaliving and the unaliving of Sam in Canandaigua.
Hello, friend.
Hello.
I'm new to this story, and I figured for anybody that's joining in, if able, could you give me more information on this story? I figured it'd be beneficial for the chat and those that are coming in.
Yeah, so this is just coming out. This is 24-year-old trans man who was tortured and then unalived here in New York. It was supposedly done at a hotel, and they moved him. So, um,
That is horrifying.
yeah, the people have been arrested and they're being charged, but this is the shit we're going through.
My fear is that they're not going to get the family's not going to get actual justice based off of what Trump's doing in America.
It's New York, and we have a lot of protections here, so I foresee that there will be justice in this case.
That's honestly giving me a hope.
Yeah, New York. With New York, we had some changes with the new year, with Title One passing from the election. New York has taken a stance to be a sanctuary state and stand by trans people. So we don't have like a trans panic law or anything like that. So
Win New York.
yeah, yeah. Except for L for this case because we have really shitty people.
Agreed.
Yeah. So
I know this
everything
is a
they're
very
still
hard
looking
topic.
into everything, but yeah, this happened.
I want to thank you for doing this topic. It's a tough topic, and it's just thank you. Like, I have no words because somebody should not have lost their life for living their truth.
No, no, and this is what we're fighting against every day out here. Did not become that statistic.
Oh, I'm praying to old and new that everything works out and that Mr. Cheeto Man is not in power for very long.
Mm-hmm.
Echo, it was done by a group of women, right?
A group of white people actually.
Okay.
1 second here.
They didn't. I might be wrong on this. Didn't they lure the person in and then torture them for like 4 days?
For quite some time, yeah. So these are the
Yeah.
ones that were arrested who did it.
Yeah. This is fucking disgusting.
Yeah.
Excuse my language.
Is it mean to say that they kind of look hillbilly-ish?
Yeah.
Um, I mean, you wouldn't be wrong, but yeah.
It's just an observation. Like,
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if it's mean, but they kind of look like, somebody that's from down south that would marry their cousin. I'm just saying.
Yeah. Right now, I got bear. Anybody knows bear? I got bear shouting in the back of my head. Nobody talks about trans men. That's why I feel I need to do this too. This is important.
Honestly, yeah. Like you always hear about trans women, but you don't hear a lot about trans men.
Right.
I really just wish this wasn't a thing. Like,
Yeah.
it's ridiculous.
They tortured him and then unalived him. And it was different age ranges of people that did it, anywhere from 19 years old all the way to a 38-year-old. Imagine a 19-year-old listening to the constant hate that we get and the dehumanizing that it gets ingrained in them, and they get indoctrinated into that hate culture, and then they go and do something like this.
It's more common than you think.
Mm-hmm.
This may make me sound like a bad parent. I would never disown my child for being part of the community, but I would disown my child if they wouldn't stop being a hateful person.
Yeah, we gotta accept people. 24 years old and had his life cut short because of these people.
Prosecuted to the fullest extent of the law. That's all I could hope for.
Yeah. So the article
Does
says
New
on
York?
February 13th, a search warrant was executed at Paddy's Lodge in Ontario County. Troopers said they uncovered a pattern of abuse that led to his unaliving. They determined he endured prolonged abuse at the hands of multiple individuals.
Hey, Echo, does New York still have the unaliving penalty?
I don't know.
I don't think so.
I don't think it does.
I don't think so.
Kind of wish it did.
I know this sounds kind of fucked up, but I think these people should have to endure the same amount of abuse that he went through.
Yeah.
I don't think that sounds
Hi.
bad.
Hey, I need your age real quick.
Hi.
Hey, I just need your age.
Not sure if you can hear me.
Yeah, I need your age.
Pardon?
Age.
Not doing it. Yeah. The allegations included instances of physical and essay at the lodge, according to criminal complaints.
Yeah. This all happened at a hotel.
Yeah, it happened at a hotel, and they moved him once he was unalived to conceal the crime. It was found in a field. So they did this and then dumped his body in a field.
How on earth would hotel security not have heard this happening?
You would be surprised in upstate New York.
I've never been, so I'm going to honestly have to take your word for it. I do plan on coming to New York one day. That is a thing on my bucket list, but not until Cheeto Man is out of office. I will not step foot in America.
Yeah.
What was his name?
Sam, I can't pronounce the last name, so I don't want to butcher that.
That honestly, that's why I was asking, because I didn't want to butcher it either.
Yeah.
Anita, we need your age for TikTok's terms and services, please.
Yeah, I said I'm 40.
Okay.
Oh, we didn't hear you.
Yeah, I said I'm 40, and his last name is Nordqvist. It's a Swedish last name,
Okay. Thank you.
and I know Swedish because I'm Swedish. His name is Sam Nordqvist. So I understand the last name because that's one of the things why I wanted also to connect to see, because it's Sam Nordqvist. It's a 24-year-old from Minnesota, he said.
Yeah.
But I'm not too familiar what happened. But I think it's disgusting that people in this stage of age can have this hate and do these things. It's disgusting. It's I just want to like oh yeah, I just get like chills all over my body and just want to, yeah, you can understand what I mean, I hope.
Yeah, and this is what transphobic people do. You know, they
Yeah, and I think it's fuck
torture and
it's
unalive people.
fucking ridiculous. It's ridiculous. It's disgusting. It's like, oh, I hope that one day I hope people can just like understand the meaning of all living beings. We're all living beings. Doesn't matter. We all have a life, don't we?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. It doesn't matter if you're trans, if you're bi, if you're okay. Okay, I'm gonna say it. The people that say that they think they're animals. Yeah, okay, that might be a bit too much.
We're not gonna do
Or
any type of.
no, okay, no, I'm just saying my opinion. Sorry, I'm just saying because I got my.
Yeah, we're not gonna do any type of hate here. As someone that supports Therians, we're not doing that. No, Anita, thank you for
Yeah,
clarifying
no.
the last name. But I'm not gonna bring you back up. We're not doing that. I can't with people today.
I don't blame you.
Like, I'm really at a fucking limit with my tolerance.
On one hand, you want to put the message out there, but on the other hand, you want to step away from for a while because it's getting to be too much.
Oh no, it ain't getting too much. I'm just fucking tired of people and their stupidity and fucking spewing hateful rhetoric and then wanting to turn a blind eye when someone gets tortured and unalived. And say, oh, that's not what I'm pushing for. No, that's fully what they're pushing for. The hatred and the rhetoric that gets spewed on here spills over to cost lives. Plain and simple.
Absolutely.
I don't think I go far enough. That's my fucking thoughts. I won't apologize for the steps I take and the shit I do to fucking make people feel the shit we go through so they can experience an ounce of fucking empathy. Because this man should not have been unalived.
I agree 110%. I mean, if you want to push harder and push further, I support you. Always have, always will.
I know. This is just fucking disgusting to see someone lose their life for just existing. And this is what we're going through in America.
It's only going to get worse.
Yeah. They're not the first one, and they're not going to be the last one.
No. And it's going to get much worse before it gets any better. And I hate to say that, I really fucking do, but I mean, realistically, with the way things are going,
Right. I fucking hate people.
the one of the Indian nations is allowing LGBT communities to come onto their land because it's a safe space.
That's nice.
I can't remember which one, but I do know one of them's doing it. I do believe it's the one out in Arizona. It's like the only safe space for them there.
Yeah, like safe spaces are
We so
getting
proud of you.
more
What
rare
nation?
for us.
One of the Indian nations is allowing.
What
I
nation?
don't know. One of the indigenous nations there.
Thank you.
I'm so sorry. One of the indigenous nations out in Arizona is allowing LGBT communities to come onto their land and live on the land because it's a safe space.
Well, if that's Arizona, then that's the Apache, the Dene,
I think it's the Dene. I'm
and
not 100% sure.
I forget the ones that are in Sedona. I forget that tribe.
Will you have me one of the ice cream bars out of the freezer?
You act like I like you.
You do like me every now and then.
So right now they're still doing their investigation. They're not saying for sure that them being transgender is a factor in them being unalived. We don't know 100% why it happened, but whether or not that was a factor doesn't change the fact that this 24-year-old trans man is gone.
Wait, turn it down. Turn it down, please. Thank you.
Where's my Chrome? Bring to front.
He's still my best friend. Still. No, even though I have not seen or heard from him in several years.
This is the press conference around it.
Just going to adjust these a little bit here.
And look, it's a public news article.
Good morning. Thank you all for being here today. My name is Trooper Linnea Crane, and I'm the Public Information Officer for Troop E. We're here today to provide an update on the case involving Sam Nordquist, who was initially reported missing to the New York State Police on February 9th, 2025. Throughout this investigation, our dedicated team of law enforcement officers and forensic experts have worked tirelessly to gather evidence, follow up on leads, and uncover the truth about Sam's disappearance. Unfortunately, we must now confirm that this case has transitioned from a missing person investigation to a homicide investigation. We've determined that Sam was the victim of a criminal act based on evidence collected and information obtained. Our thoughts are with Sam's family and loved ones during this incredibly difficult time. We understand that the community has many questions, and while we are committed to transparency, this remains an active and ongoing investigation. We will not be releasing specific details at this time to protect the integrity of our case. However, we can confirm the arrest of 5 individuals. We want to assure the public that our agency, along with our law enforcement partners, is fully committed to seeking justice for Sam. We urge anyone with information to come forward, no matter how small it may seem to them. If you have any details that can assist in this investigation, please contact the New York State Police at 585-398-4100 or email us at crimetip@troopers.ny.gov. At this time, I want to introduce the Troop E Bureau of Criminal Investigation, Captain Kelly Swift.
Good morning, and thank you all for being here today. I am Kelly Swift, Captain of the Bureau of Criminal Investigation with the New York State Police and Troop E. We are here to provide an update on an ongoing homicide investigation in Ontario and Yates counties. On February 13th, 2025, our investigators executed a search warrant at Patty's Lodge, room number 22 in the town of Hopewell, as part of an investigation into the disappearance of Sam Nordquist. Our investigation has revealed a deeply disturbing pattern of abuse that ultimately resulted in Sam's tragic death. Over the past 72 hours, our investigators and multiple law enforcement agencies have worked tirelessly to uncover the details surrounding this case. Based on evidence and witness statements, we have determined that Sam endured prolonged physical and psychological abuse at the hands of multiple individuals. Those individuals include Precious Arzawaga, Jennifer Quijano, Kyle Sage, Patrick Goodwin, and Emily Motika. Our investigation has confirmed that from early December 2024 to February 2025, Sam was subjected to repeated acts of violence and torture in a manner that ultimately led to his death. His body was then transported in an attempt to conceal the crime and was later discovered in a field off Payne Road in the town of Benton, Yates County. Following a comprehensive investigation in collaboration with the Ontario County District Attorney's Office, we have charged the following individuals with murder in the second degree under the depraved indifference statute. Precious Arzawaga, age 38, of Canandaigua, New York. Jennifer Quijano, age 30, of Geneva, New York. Kyle Sage, age 33, of Rochester, New York. Patrick Goodwin, age 30, of Canandaigua, New York. Emily Motika, age 19, of Lima, New York. They have been taken into custody and are being held pending arraignment. We understand that the details of this case are deeply unsettling, and we want to assure the public that we are committed to seeking justice for Sam and his family. Additional investigative steps are ongoing, including forensic analysis of electronic devices, vehicle searches, and further interviews. We encourage anyone with additional information related to this case to come forward and assist law enforcement in bringing full accountability to those involved. I want to express our deepest condolences to Sam's family and friends. In my 20-year law enforcement career, this is one of the most horrific crimes I have ever investigated. My thoughts are with Sam's family during this time. At this time, I'd like to introduce the Troop E Commander, Major Kevin Zucker.
Thank you, Captain Swift, for that detailed briefing. I also want to express my condolences to the family and friends of Sam on behalf of the State Police. As tragic as this is, I'm glad we were able to provide some closures and answers to the family. No one should have to endure the pain that they are experiencing. I also want to take a moment to emphasize that the work being done here is not just about immediate action. It's about the well-being of the entire community. The dedication and professionalism of our first responders are a testament to our shared commitment to safety and progress. The troopers, sergeants, investigators, senior investigators, and commissioned officers of Troop E work tirelessly to get answers and hold the perpetrators accountable. I thank them all for their hard work and dedication. We also appreciate the cooperation of our partners in law enforcement, the Ontario County District Attorney's Office, the Ontario County Sheriff's Office, the City of Geneva Police Departments, all assisted with this investigation. I'd be remiss if I also did not thank the community members who stepped forward, provided tips, and aided in the investigation. We will continue to provide updates as more information becomes available. I now want to introduce the Ontario County District Attorney, Jim Ritz.
So good morning. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. As you've heard, I mean, the facts and the circumstances of this crime are beyond depraved.
This is by far the worst homicide investigation that our office has ever been a part of. It is an ongoing investigation, so we are necessarily limited in the things that we can talk about, but no human being should have to endure what Sam endured. We will work, and we will work tirelessly. We will continue to work with our partners in law enforcement to make sure this investigation moves and that we move forward appropriately so that the family can have closure. We know that this is just the start, and they'll sort of be in that holding pattern until we convict these 5 people for what they have done. I will say they have now been arraigned. They were arraigned this morning. They are held at the Ontario County Jail without bail. There's a preliminary hearing that has been set, and I anticipate grand jury action very quickly. To echo what everyone has said, I hold, and I hope we all hold up Sam's family, his friends, his community in our thoughts and prayers as they struggle through this entire journey. And again, I appreciate everything that law enforcement did, the community has done to bring these people quickly to start the journey to justice. So thank you.
Now we'll open up for any questions.
What tipped you off to go to Patty's Lodge?
I'm sorry?
What tipped you off to go to Patty's Lodge, sir, if I missed something?
It was, I mean, this is all an ongoing investigation, so I can't really get into that right now.
Thank you. Can you say what the relationship was between Sam and the suspects that were arrested?
That's another ongoing investigation. I can't really get into that.
Can you comment if this appears to be a hate crime?
We haven't ruled that out, but the investigation's ongoing.
Missing Blatter said he came to New York for an online relationship. Can you confirm that?
That's another ongoing investigation.
Do you guys believe there might be any more arrests?
We haven't ruled that out. Part of our investigation that's ongoing.
Is there anything you can say about the relationship between suspects? Did they work at the lodge? Any details there?
Again, that's part of our investigation that's ongoing.
How were you led out to Yates County? Was there something that somebody said, or was that how they saw something, or?
Again, that's something that I can't get into right now as it's part of the investigation. This is it's a very active, early into the investigation.
Mr. Russia, second-degree murder, what kind of consequences can we see from that?
Refer to the DA for that.
So assuming second-degree murder is the conviction, it's a life sentence on the backside up, and you can get 15 to 25 years in prison for that. And then just to echo, one of the things that's really difficult to talk about are things that we're going to obtain as part of the ongoing searches of electronic media. And so I know it's frustrating to you guys, but we need to do this the right way and not be jumping to conclusions. So when we say that, it's not to put you off and it's not to hide from anything, but there is a lot of work yet to be done. And again, we want to move forward quickly for the family, but we're not going to be careless.
We understand that it was an online relationship that brought.
We don't know that. That's part of, again, getting into the forensic work that needs to be done, the downloading of phones, and trying to determine if or what relationships may have existed between Sam and these 5 and between the 5 of them together.
What was the road that was moved across this town?
It was on Payne Road in the town of Benton, and that was Yates County.
Anything else? All set? Okay. Thank you very much for your time today.
So this is very much ongoing. Let me stop it. It's an ongoing investigation because this just happened not too long ago. They're still looking into everything. Rest in power, Sam. No, I didn't know him, but it is someone in our community that is now lost. And I am thankful that the news and police are not misgendering him. They are being respectful of that. The only thing we can do is keep fighting, keep moving forward. You know, we have to keep up advocating, we have to keep up making a stand for trans people to not go through these things. This is why nationwide protections are important. If this happened in another state, these people probably could have walked away free. I do genuinely hope there is justice for Sam. I hope they do that and do right by him. No one deserves to go through what Sam went through. To be tortured and then unalived is unimaginable. I couldn't picture someone doing that to someone. I don't know. Being from New York, this hits home. So, there's not a lot of details into the investigation right now because it is an ongoing investigation. But this is what hate gets. This is what happens to trans people. Because people, instead of people preaching acceptance and bringing people together and just loving and accepting people, they want to spew hateful rhetoric. So we don't know the exact circumstances of why they did what they did, but they did it. I don't know. If this doesn't motivate people to do more and be more vocal, I don't know what will. This is sad. "24 years old. This is why the life expectancy of black trans people is so much shorter. People just want to hate. They want to fucking be nasty. It wasn't my community doing this to Sam. This was cis people. So the timeline: Sam traveled to New York State in September of 2024. He endured repeat acts of violence and torture from December 2024 to early February 2025. He was tortured for 2 months. Lost contact with family the end of January of 2025. was reported missing to New York State Police on February 9th. Police issued an alert on February 12th. There was an active investigation for his disappearance. Police executed a search warrant at Patty's Lodge, room 22, in connection to Sam's disappearance on February 13th. It's not ruled out if it's a hate crime or not. So it is an ongoing investigation because this is literally days, hours old. We need to keep fighting for people like Sam. For all the trans people that are still alive, to make sure they make it and they can live a life as their authentic self and be happy. To think this is what the world is coming to. This is what we face. It starts with the transgender erasure, and then it's getting to this. Everyone, please check on your trans friends, family members, siblings. Check on them. Make sure they're okay. Make sure they're doing okay. This is a hard time for everyone.